How are we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you to Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania for a primetime football matchup between your number 15 Pitt Panthers and the number 9 Penn State Nittany Lions. A great evening of football setup. It's going to be a contrast in two styles. Penn State, who's had an absolutely explosive offense through the first two games of their young season, and Pitt, who's had an explosive and incredibly defensive or strong defensive output so far. Those two styles are going to lock heads, and we are now underway from Beaver Stadium. Penn State to receive the ball and take things off to open the game here. And when you look at the two teams, like I mentioned, Pitt averaging just 1.5 points against per game, 223 yards allowed per game on defense. Penn State's offense, by contrast, putting up 47.5 points, 519 yards a game. If Penn State's going to win, they're going to win that battle. If Pitt's going to win, they're going to win the defensive battle and take things away from the Penn State offense. It's led by Heisman hopeful Tommy Stevens. He's potentially in the Heisman race, at least after his first two appearances so far, and his opening pass is deflected away by junior cornerback Kaiser Artis-Scott to start the ball at 2nd and 10 here. Stevens underneath, he finds Juwan Johnson. It's going to be his top receiver, will be the redshirt senior. 15 receptions already on the young season and 3 touchdowns in the opening couple of games. 3rd and 1 now. Stevens holding the ball on a read option. Paris Ford goes right past him, and Stevens is into the open field, runs into his own man, breaks away from a tackle, and that's Keyshawn Camp, defensive lineman, chasing him from behind. But a huge carry, 38 yards for Stevens, and Penn State is into field goal territory already. Stevens, though, hands it off. That's Miles Sanders, the senior tailback from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Does take the handoff there, goes for 3 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Nittany Lions. Motion man for Penn State as they're in the shotgun here. Stevens looks, plenty of time, goes out to his right-hand side. He's brought down. Kaiser Artis-Scott again with the tackle. It's going to go down as a sack, actually, as Stevens was scrambling on a passing down, but no yardage changed hands in that regard, so it's 3rd and 7 now. Handoff for Stevens. He goes from Stevens to Sanders. Sanders goes for, picks up about 4. Nice gang tackle by the Panthers to stop Penn State. So after the big gainer, Penn State will open the scoring as Alex Barbier knocks a field goal through. Penn State takes an early 3-0 lead, and we'll see what this Pitt Panthers offense can do in front of a hostile Penn State Nittany Lion crowd, as well as a pretty hostile Penn State Nittany Lion defense that has a ton of ability in the front 4 that they're going to use in attack, and so we'll see how the Panthers can counter that. Looks like quick passing will probably be a name of the game for the Panthers, as Maurice French, returning from his shoulder injury, does make a catch there and sets up 3rd and 3 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set for Pickett. It's a bubble screen. He's got Jay Keys on the outside. Keys, who's been a lightning rod for the Panthers, 5 catches in the opening game of the season for Pitt. Didn't have as big of an impact last week against Tulane in that Panthers matchup, but still a player that we expect to do big things for Pitt this season. We'll see what kind of impact he has today as he picks up 1st down yardage. 2 halfbacks set for Pickett in the shotgun. He looks, he moves forward, unable to find anywhere to go. He looked to scramble, but he's sacked and brought down for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 now for Pitt. 5 wide set for Pickett. Looks over the middle. He's got Maurice French on a nice little drag route, and that's going to pick up 10 yards on the pitch and run there and set up a 3rd and manageable 2 yards for the Panthers here about halfway through the first quarter. Pickett back, looking, rolls to his right, throws back across his body. It's intercepted by Brown, and it's going to come the other way. Pitt turns the ball over. Kenny Pickett, they just didn't have anybody really open at all. Probably the only person that he had was Keys for a split second, but he threw it too late. Penn State plays takeaway, and just like that, they can potentially blow this game wide open. Sanders, though, hitting the backfield. Nice tackle by Jason Jordan for a loss of 2, and Penn State quickly in 3rd and very, very long here as they send a tight end in motion. 3rd and 12, Stevens back to pass. Looks, he's got a man. That is Irvin Charles on the catch and run. He's finally dragged down. A couple of missed tackles by the Panthers. They've really struggled bringing down the Nittany Lions so far, and it's 1st and goal. Penn State looking to take a 2-possession lead here in just the first quarter. Stevens back to pass, plenty of time, eventually scrambles away, brought down, slides just short of the end zone, doesn't fight to get in. It's going to set up 2nd and goal from the 1 now. Handoff, that's Miles Sanders. Paris Ford meets him in the backfield, as does Jazzy Stalker. Great tackle by the Panthers there. And it's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 1-yard line. Stevens back to pass, has time. Pressure comes. He throws it out the back of the end zone looking for Jawan Johnson. And so 4th and goal, and Penn State is going to go for it here. The Nittany Lions come out looking to make a play and really break things open. Stevens back, looks, bit of miscommunication with his tight end there, and he's going to turn the ball over on downs. A huge defensive stop by the Panthers to keep this a 1-score game, and Pat Narduzzi is ecstatic on the sideline. The Pitt defense fired up. Huge stop from them. And so the Panthers now just want to get out of the shadow of their end zone. They will do that with a nice handoff to Todd Sibley. Goes for about 4 yards. 3rd and 6 now for the Panthers. C.J. London checks in as the sidecar to Pickett. He's back. Gets it away. He finds C.J. London. Great job by Pickett, kind of drawing in the Penn State coverage there and then dumping it off to London, who goes for 12 and 1st down yardage. Just London taking a handoff now. He breaks to the outside, picks up about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set yet again here late in the first quarter. Pickett rolls to his right. He's got nobody really open. He's going to turn it upfield, and he does just enough. Knows where the 1st down marker is, gets 1st down yards, and gets down to safety as the Panthers are able to move the chains to their own 30-yard line. Pickett looking underneath. Great play again. Just really impressive job by Pickett there. Penn State brought a ton of pressure. He let the pressure come to him, and then as soon as they got into the backfield, he dumped it off to Sibley and did a really nice job creating that 1st down pass as Sibley gets 1st down yards. 3rd and 10 now for the Panthers inside their own 50. 5 wide set for Pickett here. Benjamin Ogden into the game as the 5th receiver. Pickett looking. He's got a man. That's Jay Keys. Great throw by Kenny Pickett. Waited for Keys to hit 1st down yards, turn upfield, and he hits him with a strike, runs right into it, and it's a 15-yard catch and run and a 1st down for the Panthers. And Keys now, after making that catch, checks in as the quarterback here for the Panthers on 1st and 10. French motions into the backfield. It's a handoff from Maurice, and he's just tripped up. He looked like he maybe would have had the edge there, but he's brought down after a short gain for the Panthers as the first quarter winds down. Pickett rolling to his right again. They're looking to get him out in space. Matthews with a catch and run, and then he's driven hard into the ground is Aaron Matthews, and he's going to be taken off, so we'll have to see what happens with Matthews' status, but that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. The Panthers trailing Penn State 3-0, but driving here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. So as we start the second quarter, Pitt driving near the Penn State red zone, looking to even the score or potentially take the lead here. Pickett out in space to his right-hand side, dumps it off, finds a man. That's Trey Tipton, who picks up 7 yards, and Pickett has seen some success here, rolling out to his right-hand side fairly consistently on some plays. And he looks at the end zone, nearly has a man there. I think that was Caleb Cannon, the tight end, but great defending by Aaron Monroe, the strong safety, who's able to knock the ball away, setting up 3rd and 7 for the Panthers. 5 wide for Pickett. Looks, scrambles to his left a bit, shakes off one potential tackler, but that's Kevin Givens into the backfield, who brings Pickett down, and so Pitt's going to have to settle for a field goal. Jay Bump, the junior kicker, out onto the field looking to even the score. His kick is up. That kick is good, and we're back to square one here. 3-3 Pitt and Penn State as the Nittany Lions will take over here with Stevens in the shotgun. And you can see we're getting word that Aaron Matthews more than likely will be out for the remainder of the game. Philip E. Motley unable to come away with an interception there. Great deflection. Could have taken that to the house if he hauled it in. But the Panthers looking for a quick stop on Penn State, and they're going to get it. 3rd and 9. Tommy Stevens brought down. That's Keyshawn Camp into the backfield. And he did run over his own teammate, actually, Jason Jordan, unfortunately. And that's going to mean we're going to see a bit more of Chase Pine at the outside linebacker position, with Jordan set to miss some time. Aaron Matthews also out of the game for the Panthers right now, which means you'll probably see more of Benjamin Ogden. You'll see a lot of Paul Lease. Jay Keys getting some opportunities there. That's French on the underneath route, hauling one in, setting up 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. Pickett underneath finds Jay Keys on a nice little drag route, and he's going to pick up 6 and a Panthers first down. So the Panthers managing the game here with short passes, short and intermediate routes that are doing just enough to get the first down. And there's another one. That's Benjamin Ogden. We just mentioned him. The redshirt sophomore hauls a pass in for 6 yards. It's going to set up 2nd and 4. Trip set to the left now with with Sibley to the right of Kenny Pickett. Sibley's going to take the handoff, tries to turn upfield, runs into his own blocker and does nowhere for a loss of 1. 3rd and 4 for the Panthers. They come out in another 5-wide set. They're trusting Pickett and his arm so far in this game, and they've done that successfully. Keys with a nice little out and in route, picks up 7 on the catch there, and it's a first down for the Panthers. They're inside of Penn State territory. It's going to be a handoff from Pickett to Sibley now. Finds a little bit of a hole up the middle. He's pirouetted down after picking up a gain of about 6. One of the best runs the Panthers have had all day. Unfortunately, the rushing game hasn't really got going. They're going to try a little bit of an invention there. That's Jay Keys coming on the jet sweep, taking the handoff from Pickett, but he just gets a yard before being knifed down, and it's going to set up 3rd and 3. So another 5-wide set for the Panthers. Pickett looks. He's got Jay Keys over the middle yet again. Nice little in route from Keys. His route running is very polished for a guy that came in as an athlete, not even projected necessarily as a wide receiver, but he's looked very good for the Panthers right now. Pickett looking towards the end zone. That's Trey Tipton. He is leveled. That's Aaron Monroe again coming up and making a fantastic defensive play as Pickett, with one of his best throws we've seen all day, slides it into Trey Tipton, who's just ferociously taken down, but the Panthers do pick up 8 on the ensuing play. That's Paul Lease. Now it's Sibley going forward. He gets just enough on the counter play to pick up the first down for the Panthers, and they are nearing they're at about the Penn State 12, the farthest they've got all game so far. Pickett now, mid-screen, looks for French, nowhere to go there. Lucky it wasn't intercepted. He picks up just a single yard there. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for Pitt. 3-wide set, Sibley as a sidecar to Pickett's left. He's back, looks to pass. He's got Sibley out wide in open space, but a great open field tackle by Penn State there as Sibley picks up 5. It's going to be 3rd and 4 now for the Panthers. 5-wide set for Pickett in the shotgun as he's been most of the game. Rolls to his right, looking, nobody open, unfortunately. Pickett does the smart thing, throws it away. You can see he's up to 23 pass attempts in the first half already. That's more than he threw in a lot of games last season, as the Panthers' new look offense under Mark Whipple, moving the ball fairly well, but they're not able to get into the end zone. Another J bump field goal puts them ahead 6-3. So Penn State looking to run a 2-minute drill here and potentially get back on the score sheet. Stevens does a nice job, picks up the first down with his legs. No options available through the air, so he comes with the ground attack and gets the first down. 2nd and 8 now. Stevens, he is going to run yet again. Paris Ford comes forward, makes a nice bit of play to stop him, prevent his forward motion. Then the Panthers knife him down. It's going to set up 3rd and 5 now for the Nittany Lions. About a minute left to play. Stevens, play action pass back. He's looking. That's a deep ball, and it's intercepted. That's Paris Ford. His first interception, the first interception for the Panthers this season. Ford comes across, great play. One of his best attributes that we know is just as a center fielder for the Panthers. He comes across, makes an incredible play there, intercepts the pass deep in Pitt territory to prevent any Penn State offensive attack. And so Pitt runs out the clock. We head to halftime, a low-scoring affair here in Beaver Stadium, just 6-3 in favor of your Pitt Panthers. They've been moving the ball. You can see they've held onto the ball for almost 2/3 of the game. 180 yards to Penn State's 110, but the turnover for Pitt in an unlikely scenario, plus the inability to do anything other than score field goals, has left this still as a game that anybody can win. It's been a defensive battle so far, but it remains to be seen what we'll see in the second half. So we welcome you back to Beaver Stadium. The Panthers set to take the ball here, leading 6-3 to start the second half of the Keystone Classic rivalry match with Penn State. Jay Keys in again at quarterback. He hands the ball off to Todd Sibley on what looked like a read option there. Sibley, though, stumbles and bumbles his way to a 7-yard loss, and so the Panthers already moving backwards here to start this second half, and it's going to be more negative yardage there. Pickett dumps the ball off to C.J. London on a halfback screen. That loses 4 yards, so it's going to be 3rd 3rd and 21 for the Panthers. They come out in a tight formation here in the shotgun. Pickett rolling to his right, looks, nobody available, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of 2. So the Panthers 13 yards in the negative direction. That's going to allow Penn State to start the ball with their first possession of the second half in Pitt territory already, and they're moving forward here. 6-yard underneath route to Jawan Johnson is going to set up 3rd and 3 for Penn State at about the Pitt 40-yard line. Stevens here looking to be running an option. He comes forward. Paris Ford, nice job to bring him down in the open field. That's a big target he's got to bring down. Stevens 6'6", 240 pounds, but the quarterback does rumble for the first down, and it's going to be Penn State moving the ball forward. Good defensive play there by the Panthers. That's Chase Pine, like we mentioned, in for injured defender Barry Jenkins. He makes a nice play breaking that up, setting up 3rd and 9, and Penn State unable to get first down yardage on the underneath pass to Miles Sanders there. That's going to set up another field goal opportunity for Alex Barbier. His kick is up right down the middle, and we've got a tie ball game yet again. 6-6 here, almost midway through the 3rd quarter. Pitt looking to counter here. Pickett, play action pass. He's got a man open, and that is Todd Sibley in the open field. Sibley, what a move! Here's Sibley with the step back juke. He looked like James Harden there. Is able to pull the step back there and has a defender go flying past him. Some great handles from Sibley out in the open field. Lovely step back maneuver. Probably one of the best moves we've seen from a Pitt runner in the open field all season, and that's a huge game for the Panthers that takes them across the midfield mark. 2nd and 5 now. Caleb Cannon goes in motion. It's a handoff to Sibley. He's got room to get upfield. He gets 5 yards near the first down marker. 3rd and 1 for the Panthers now. Pickett rolls to his left. A little bit of space. He's chased by a man, and he's got nowhere to go. That is Kevin Givens yet again into the backfield. Brings down Pickett, and after what looked like a promising start to the drive for the Panthers, they are forced to punt the ball away, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. And Penn State counters a beautiful counter to the Pitt heavy blitz there. They brought an all-out attack up the middle, and Stevens just dumps the ball off to Sanders. He scampers for 39 yards out of the backfield, and Penn State quickly into Pitt territory and threatening this Panthers defense. Stevens back after sending a man in motion. That's Sanders yet again, who's been not very productive running the football. He's got like 8 yards on 7 carries, but he's been very productive receiving the ball out of the backfield, and he does a great job picking up yardage for Penn State there. Stevens back to pass, looking towards the end zone. It's intercepted! Dane Jackson jumps the route there that was intended for Irvin Charles, and the Panthers play takeaway for the 2nd time tonight, and they keep things even-keeled. 6-6 as it were. The status quo remains. Penn State's drive goes for nothing as Dane Jackson with his first interception of the season, and Pitt will take over at their own 9-yard line. 2nd and 10 for Pickett. He rolls out. He's got a bit of space here as he looks, and he finds a man. Great patience by Kenny there. He probably could have taken 5 or 6 yards on the scramble. Instead, he waits, finds his open receiver, locates him, and finds Paul Lease for a nice gain of 13 to move the chains for Pitt. CJ London here with his best run of the game goes for about 7 yards there. It's going to be 2nd and 3 now for the Panthers. Pickett back, looks. He's got a man on mid-screen. That's Maurice French underneath. Nice little juke move up the field as he gets about 7, and that's where French has really been utilized for the Panthers, it seems, on those screens, those drags, those short type of plays that get about 6-7 yards. He's done a nice job with that for the Panthers, and this is Caleb Cannon now. The 6'8 tight end picks up about 5 on that reception as the Panthers move up to their own 42. Pickett on a rollout to his left. He's got some open men. Sucks the great play by Pickett there as he sucks the cornerback forward, is able to open up an open passing lane to Maurice French, who then turns and puts it upfield for 9 yards and a first down. London now on the counter. He runs through a tackler. Great bit of running by C.J. London, who was originally projected to be the starting runner for the Panthers. He does a nice job, picks up 9 there as their running back by committee gets them near a first down. Pickett looks. He's got him in. That's Paul Lease who went in motion there. Great job by Pickett, not scrambling, not losing his composure in the face of a blitz from Penn State there, and he gets the first down. Pickett now rolling to his right, looking, pressure coming from behind him. He's got him in. That's Jay Keys open downfield, 34 yards. Kenny Pickett with an incredible throw, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers in business offensively, looking to take a lead on the Panthers on the Nittany Lions, thanks to that 34-yard pitch by Kenny Pickett over to to Jay Keys with a great grab and gets out of bounds. So first and goal now for the Panthers. It's Sibley on the handoff. He's unable to power his way through. The Panthers offensive line just doesn't have that push on this Penn State defensive line. So it's going to be second and goal now. Pickett rolling out to his left on play action. He looks like he might try and scramble to get in the end zone. He's pushed out. The pylon moves, but they're going to say Pickett didn't get into the end zone. So third and goal for the Panthers now. Trip set. Pickett looks. He's got a man. That's Maurice French into the end zone. And the Panthers take a touchdown lead. Pickett now up to 242 yards on the day passing, having a great game for the Panthers here. That aerial attack that we knew was going to be a factor in their offense with Mark Whipple as the new offensive coordinator finally gets the ball into the back of the end zone, and Penn State will look to counter here. Down 7 with 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, and Irvin Charles on a screen picks up about 8 there, setting up second and 2 for the Nittany Lions. Stevens in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself on a read option. He's got plenty of room going forward. Salim Brightwell finally brings him down. Penn State up to 85 yards rushing on the day, and most of those have come from Tommy Stevens himself, but he's not going anywhere that time. Paris Ford, great tackle in the backfield for a loss of 3, and Penn State will now face third and long here. Stevens back, plenty of time, not a ton of pressure for the Panthers. Stevens finds his man. That was caught by Irvin Charles, but he wasn't able to keep a foot in bounds, and so Penn State punts the ball away, but they will put the Panthers in a precarious position there. They down it on the Pitt 5-yard line, and so Pitt will run the ball to give themselves a little bit of breathing room from C.J. London. Third and 3 now for the Panthers. Pickett under center, play action pass. He rolls out. He's chased, has to throw it away lest he take a sack and potentially even risk a safety, so the Panthers go 3 and out, and Penn State will take over with the ball near midfield here. Miles Sanders, nice run up the middle. He's brought down. Great tackle by Paris Ford as Sanders picks up 8 on probably what is his longest run of the day to this point so far. Second and 2 now. It's another handoff to Sanders. He's able to spin forward, keeps those legs churning, picks up 7 and a first down. So the Pitt defense, Narduzzi's specialty, they've been so good so far this year, finally facing an explosive offensive attack. Can they come up with the goods and keep Penn State out of the end zone and preserve a victory here for the Panthers? Second and 2 now. It's Stevens. That read option has been just so dangerous so far this year, and Ford can't bring him down. He's into the red zone inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line before he's finally dragged down. 26 yards for Tommy Stevens, up to 99 on the day, and the Panthers just have not had an option for his big body run the football. Great tackle from Paris Ford, though, knifing down Andre Robinson after just 2 yards. Second and goal now for the Nittany Lions. Dual halfback look in the shotgun. Stevens throws it out of the back of the end zone. You wonder if he just felt footsteps there. He hasn't been great passing the football, but he has a chance to even the score for Penn State. Send a man in motion. Stevens back, looking, has a man over the middle. That's Jawan Johnson into the end zone, and the Panthers unable to keep Penn State out of the end zone, and we'll have a tie ball game under the halfway mark remaining here in this fourth quarter. Stevens, his first touchdown pass of the game. He had been unblemished coming into the game. 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's got 2 interceptions in this game, but finally has a touchdown pass, and they've evened the score. Pickett rolling out here on first downs. Got a man. That's Antonio Greer, his tight end, hauling in a catch. Nice little tippy-tap sideline stab to bring it in for a gain of 16. First and 10 now. Pickett, 5 wide set. Looks, he's got Jay Keys over the middle. Great job hauling that in for the true freshman. Gain of 16. He's over 100 yards receiving on the day, having a stellar performance here. Second and 11 for the Panthers. Pick in the shotgun, rolling to his right. They get him into space. No one to throw to there, though. He's sacked for a loss of 3, and it's going to be third and 13 now for the Panthers with just over 2.5 minutes to play. Clock ticking down, 5 wide set. Pickett rolling to his right again in space. Has to dump it off. Nearly intercepted there. Victor Johnson deflects it away, but nobody was near the first down marker with an opportunity to get open for Pickett, and so the Panthers punt the ball away, and Penn State looking to make them pay early on. Stevens finds his man out wide. That's Lawrence Lucas for first down yardage, and Penn State nears midfield. Third and 8 now. Stevens looking. He's got a man underneath. That's Lawrence Lucas yet again who catching that pass and running for a gain of 24. Penn State already into field goal range for their very exceptional kicker, Alex Barbier. First and 10. Screen. Panthers look like they were offsides, but Sanders is going to take it anyways on a huge catch and run. That was Barry Jenkins, who's back in the game returning from injury, who went offsides. Penn State now. The question is, What does Pitt do? Do they use their timeouts here? Do they let the clock run a little bit and try and save some timeouts as Penn State looks content to potentially play for a field goal? Stevens takes it this time, knocks off a man. Jazzy Stalker's going to end up pushing him out of bounds there. So that's a huge play for the Panthers, but they still take a timeout just to be on the safe side here so Penn State can't run the ball down. 3rd and 6. Now it's a handoff to Sanders up the middle. Nowhere to go, so the Panthers will call timeout, stop the clock with 50 seconds to play as Penn State puts a kick up and through the uprights. They take the lead with 48 ticks remaining on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Penn State now with the lead, 16-13. Dejection from Pitt, but if anybody can lead them back, it's Kenny Pickett right now. 32 of 40 on the day so far, 277 yards moving the football through the air, and he'll need his biggest drive of his life at this point to try and get the Panthers into contention to maintain this undefeated season so far. And he's not able to find a man there on the first play. Lucky it's not intercepted, but at least incompletion stops the clock here with 43 seconds to play. 5 wide set for Pickett. He's back. He's in the pocket. Retains some composure and finds his man. He had putting a needle in a haystack right there. Jay Keys with a great catch and first down yardage for the Panthers. Clock continues to run those. The Panthers try and save that one timeout. Pickett goes underneath to Caleb Cannon. Only goes for a yard there and can't get out of bounds. The Panthers have to hurry back to the line here. Tick, tick, tick. 20 seconds left to play for Pickett. 2nd and 9. Great throw. That's Jay Keys who hauls it in the face of some pressure from the Penn State safety. 17-yard grab. 9 catches for 129 yards for Keys. And the Panthers get back to the line here after clock the ball to stop it. It's 2nd and 10 now. Pickett looks. He finds a man. That's Paul Lease. He goes for 7, but he can't get first down yardage, so the Panthers have to burn their last timeout. So they have to get to the first down marker with this play or they will run out of time. 3rd and 3. 5 wide for Pickett. Looks. Has a man underneath. That's Jay Keys. Who else would you expect to come through? It's his 10th catch of the day. He goes for 22 yards, and the Panthers surely in field goal range at this point. 5 seconds to play. They're going to get up to the line and just clock the ball. They're actually going to let a couple seconds run off, it looks like, so that the last play of the game will be this field goal attempt for J-Bump to tie it and send it into overtime. Penn State attempts to ice him. James Franklin calls timeout, but J-Bump, cool as the other side of the pillow, steps up, and the kick is up, and that kick is good, and 4 quarters will not be enough here in State College. Pitt forcing overtime in a fantastic game, nationally televised here. Rivalry game, the 100th matchup in this illustrious rivalry series, and the last for who knows how long, and 4 quarters will not be enough. We'll go to overtime. Pitt lost the toss, and so they will end up playing offense here. Penn State's defense will attempt to stop them and give their offense a chance to win the game. Todd Sibley takes a handoff to open the overtime frame, picks up a gain of 6, and it's going to be 2nd and 4 now for the Panthers. Pick in the shotgun, back, looks, has a man. That's Antonio Greer, goes for first down yardage there. A nice gain of 8 on the out and up route there. And Pickett now on the read option. 1st and 10, he's going to hold it, goes forward. Big tackle out in the open field from Penn State there as Pickett's able to gain only 4. 5 wide set for Kenny. Back, hangs out in the pocket, has to throw it away there. Good job not taking the intentional grounding. It was near a receiver there, but he had to throw it away or we would have been sacked. 4 wide receivers set to the near side of the field for Pickett now. 3rd and 6 for Kenny. He's back, has a man. He had Paul Lease, and I don't know if Lease just didn't turn his head there or what, but it goes right over the top of him, and the Panthers will be forced to settle for a field goal. So that's a win for the Penn State defense, giving up just 3 points. They have an exceptional kicker, so as long as they hold on to the ball, they'll probably be able to tie this game, but they can win it potentially here. And Stevens misses the mark there behind his receiver, Irvin Charles, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Motion man now for Penn State. Stevens back to pass. Plenty of time. No rush whatsoever from the Panthers, but he has to dump it off to his tight end, Jonathan Holland, as Sean Wolfgang finally got to the quarterback. For the first time we've said that all day. It's going to set up 3rd and 6 for the Nittany Lions. 4 wide. Stevens back. Has a man underneath. That's going to be Irvin Charles, but he does not get first down yardage. A huge stop by the Panthers defense, an incredible hold there. And so Narduzzi now, with his one timeout that he has in overtime, decides to try and ice Alex Barbier. Can the Penn State kicker send us to another overtime frame? Yes, he can. That kick is up, and that kick is good, and that means Penn State will have the ball to start this second overtime period. So Stevens in the shotgun here as we get the second overtime underway. Again, Panthers not bringing much of a pass rush, if at all, just dropping 8 guys into coverage and letting them try and get pressure with 3 men, which they haven't been able to do so far, but they know what Penn State's offensive attack has really been utilizing. This time it's a run to Miles Sanders, who gets about 7 and will have first down yardage for the Nittany Lions. So 2nd and 8 now here from the Pitt 12. Sanders has a sidecar next to Tommy Stevens, and Sanders is going to take the handoff here. Plenty of room up the field. He twists and twirls his body for a gain of 8, and that's going to be first down for Penn State at about the 4-yard line. Stevens now, it's a handoff to Andre Robinson here. He's gang tackled by the Panthers. Nowhere to go, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So a huge 3 and out, or a huge stop would be fantastic for the Panthers here, reminiscent of what they did in the first quarter. I'm just tongue twisted because this game has had so many twists and turns as Penn State looks to score here. 3rd and goal. It's going to be Stevens. He hands off to Miles Sanders up the middle. Great push from the Penn State offensive line. And that means Pitt is going to have to counter with a touchdown of their own. Penn State takes the lead 26-19 here in the second overtime frame, and Pitt needs a touchdown to prolong this contest. Pickett now sends a man in motion. That is Paul Lease. Plenty of time here in the pocket. He ends up rolling out to the right, throws it underneath. That's Todd Sibley fighting off 1 tackle and picking up a couple extra yards, gain of about 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set for Pickett in the shotgun. Looks, has a man on the slant route. That's Caleb Cannon, the tight end, who's able to get plenty of room forward. He fights forward all the way to about the 3-yard line. Great gain for the Panthers, but what is this? A holding call on a receiver. Paul Lease called for a holding on the catch. So the Panthers are going to have the ball brought back. It's going to be 2nd and 3 now. That negates a huge gain for Pitt. Kenny Pickett, though, fights his way forward on the read option. Look at that 2nd and 3rd effort from the Panthers junior quarterback. He does get the first down for Pitt, and they're up to about the 15. Pickett now looking, nearly intercepted as he was looking for Paul Lease across the middle there. 2nd down. The Panthers lucky to still be in this game at this point. Pickett under center now here. He's going to look. Time to throw. Going to the end zone. It's knocked away again. Great defending by the corner, Casey Mayhew, as Pickett looked for Trey Tipton on the outside. 3rd and 10 now for Pickett. 5 wide set. Shotgun. Looking. Has a man, but that's deflected away. Jan Johnson comes forward and makes a great tackle. And so this is the ball game for the Panthers. 4th and 10. They need either a first down or a touchdown to keep the game going here. Pickett back. Plenty of time to throw. Throws it to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Jay Keys, the man who has made so many plays today, finds a way to make one more, and the Panthers have forced a 3rd overtime. Kenny Pickett, with an absolute strike, somehow fits it into triple coverage there. Jay Keys makes the catch, and we're going to a 3rd overtime. 2 just wasn't enough. Hopefully 3rd time's the charm here for the Panthers. Sibley goes forward, picks up a gain of about 1, and the Panthers check in C.J. London. 2 back set. We haven't seen many of these for the Panthers here in overtime. 2nd and 9. Pickett dumps it off. That's C.J. London out to the right. Fights through 1 tackle and does get enough for first down yardage. Moves the chains for the Panthers as they're at the 14-yard line now. Handoff underneath. It's Todd Sibley. He finds room forward, picks up a gain of 7, and so the Panthers inside the Penn State 10 now. Pickett under center, 2 tight end set here on 2nd down. Trey Tipton goes in motion from the right. Pickett back to pass. Looking. Finds his man. That's Trey Tipton. And that is a Pitt Panther touchdown. Pitt takes a 1-touchdown lead. But remember, because we're in the 3rd overtime, college football rules mean that you have to go for it here after scoring a touchdown in overtime. So Pitt will need to go for a 2-point conversion here. That could make or break the game if they're not able to score. 5 wide set for Pickett, changing the play at the line. Surveys the scene here as the play clock runs down. Pickett back to pass. Looks. He's trying to find Caleb Cannon, but Casey Mayhew deflects it away. And so Pitt clinging to a 6-point advantage now. And Penn State can win the game with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal will not be enough, and it's a good play call there. They dump it out wide on the screen as the Panthers brought a blitz up the middle, but they make a great stop in the backfield. It's going to be 2nd and 13 now. Stevens holds the ball on the read option. He has a little bit of yardage forward, but Kaiser Artis-Scott brings him down after a gain of 5. 3rd and 8 now. This could be a huge play in the ballgame for the Panthers here. And it's another screen dialed up by the Nittany Lions. They get the block when they need to, and Sanders Sanders is able to fight his way forward for a gain of 13, just kind of weaves his way through the traffic, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Penn State here. Stevens now, read option, he's into open field. The Panthers can't bring him down. Jason Jordan unable to bring down the big behemoth of a quarterback, and Penn State has tied the football game and will have an opportunity to take down the Panthers here in Happy Valley and really make it Happy Valley for the Penn State Nittany Lion faithful. The Panthers, though, needing a stop here on the 2-point conversion try. Stevens back, looking to pass. He's got a man. It's Juwan Johnson. And the Panthers are going to fall here in triple overtime. An absolute instant classic in the Keystone Classic, but a heartbreaker for Pat Narduzzi and the Pitt Panthers as they fall to the Penn State Nittany Lions 34-32 in the 100th iteration of this Pitt-Penn State rivalry game. And you have to say, one of the best. It went from a defensive battle to an absolute shootout there at the end. Teams trading blows back and forth in overtime. And the Panthers, in achingly heartbreaking fashion, Kenny Pickett, what a heroic effort for him. He passed for over 370 yards, 3 touchdowns in the losing effort. And this is a game the Panthers by no means should hold their heads down. They should hold their heads high. They put in an incredible effort, and things just didn't turn out the way they wanted them to. Their goals are still ahead of them. They can still win the ACC. They can still, with one loss, potentially go to the college football playoff. But it's going to be an uphill battle for them here. What an effort by both squads here. A great game all around. A heartbreaking loss for the Panthers, and one that we'll look to bounce back from next week. But as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. No matter what, hail to Pitt. Take care.